Today we're talking about, I want to give you guys an update on the market. We have 48 hours until government shutdown. 48 hours until government shutdown, and I think this will be super bullish for altcoins, and it may be super bullish for Bitcoin and also the stock market as well. And the reason why I say this is because the DEX is gonna begin to go down. When the DEX go down, you guys know that crypto go up, right? The side effect of this that I see that can happen is we may have some ETF delayed. We may have some ETF delayed, but last time I checked, BlackRock just filed for another Bitcoin ETF. So obviously it's something that the rich know that the common folks don't, or the mass media don't know. And I'm following what the rich knows because for some reason they seem to be ahead of the curve instead of behind the curve. They seems to be the first at the event and the first to leave, and you guys generally are held with the bag, right? Get left held with the bag. So I'm just paying attention to these things and I see things for what they actually are. Now, Bitcoin, last time I checked, it was damn near about 1,400. So I said, we was just at 109. We just went up about 4 or 5%, right? Every percent is 1,000. So about 4 or 5%. And I'm noticing, and I said, hmm, why is it, right? Why is it that Bitcoin, why is it that it's going up? I just began to think. I said, why is Bitcoin going up? Because the government shutdown is getting closer and closer. We have until what, Tuesday night? So Wednesday, that's the 31st. I told you guys that was a major date to pay attention to. The 31st, which is to me is going to be super bullish for the space. And I think this dip was one of the last times. I can't say one of the last time because you never know what may happen tomorrow, right? But it was another chance for you to, let's just say do some last minute shopping. Instead of me buying clothes and buying a new car and going on a vacation and all these other things, you know what I've been doing for the last 4, 5, 6 years? Scratch all of that. I've been buying crypto. That's been my thing. And some people call it crazy, but I'm like, well, do you know these things are assets, especially the ones that should be studied, the one that's deflationary, like ADA and XRP, Bitcoin. Let's just start with that. These things are deflationary. So I like to invest in anything that's deflationary because I understand the ultimate goal in this world is to beat the system and to actually beat inflation. And inflation is a part of the system. So you may want to beat the system because it's not the harder you work. You only have X amount of energy on this earth. You only have X amount of energy per day, right? Most of the people don't even tap into that energy, right? So if you're not, let's just say, doing, it's 24 hours in a day according to the Gregorian calendar. If you're not, let's just say, doing 16, 17 hours, 18 hours of energy and putting it into things, like, you can't do that for all your life. By the time you hit 60, 70, you can't do what you did in your 30s and in your 40s and in your 20s. It's no way that makes sense. It's no way that you can continue. You can't run at the same speed forever. Eventually you will begin to decrease in some form of manner, right? You can't hold the same energy force all the time. So with that being said, right? With that being said, um, I've been basically investing into cryptos. I buy Bitcoin, I buy XRP, I buy ADA, I buy anything that's deflationary. I put money in my life insurance. I put money in dividends. I pay for stocks that then kick out dividends. So, like anything, mutual funds, investment portfolios, anything that will beat inflation, right? And I'm not saying all these things beat inflation, no, but a collective of these things do. Eventually, compound interest is going to begin to roll over and you're going to beat inflation. That's the point of this, right? That's the point of this. So if you're in here right now, smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. I'm just giving you guys an update on the government shutdown, which is in 48 hours. And I believe that this would be a super bullish news for the crypto world and the asset class in general. If you guys ain't paying attention right now, Bitcoin went from 109 on the weekend to now it's currently 114. So it's beginning to slowly climb up. That's just what I see. And the only news catalyst that I really see, and the reason why it's climbing up is it's climbing up simply because of the news that's around the government shutdown. And like I say, something that's announced bad or could be considered bad for one sector of the investment world is actually good for the other sector. So I think that this right now, Bitcoin is doing, or crypto is doing what it's supposed to do, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. And I think these shutdowns or these allegation of a shutdown is actually beneficial. Now, you got to remember, Trump shut the government down in his presidency as well, his last term. Obama did the same thing. So it goes back and forth. I think I'm not sure who between the two had the longest shutdown. Um, so with that being said, just think about it like that. So, like if you invest in crypto, if you invest in Bitcoin, if you invest in these things, then you will understand everything that I'm talking about. Most people go to work 9 to 5 and they're going to be working the same job for a lifetime. And you can't get rich at a job. It's what you do after you get off. What do you plan on reading? What do you plan on investing in? All of these things, that's what actually brings you and grants you financial freedom. The job needs you to come back to work every day. That's why they only pay you X amount of dollars, right? No job will ever pay you what you're actually worth. Only you could pay you what you're actually worth, because it won't be in their best interest to pay you what you're actually worth, right? And most people are overestimating their value and what they're actually worth. Most people don't have any skills. So that's why I tell people it's actually important to learn how to invest. Learn how to invest, learn how to trade, learn how to grow your money. I think that's a skill set that's underestimated. Learn how to invest, learn how to grow your money, because these things will be needed in the near future, especially if we're going to have UBI, universal based income. What's going to happen when AI come and take most of the jobs? You have to have some form of skill set that you could trade. You can just get on the computer, push a couple of buttons, draw a few lines, make some estimates, put your stop losses, and play the game. On that note, that's another episode of the Crypto Doe Show. Make sure that you check out the my merch and also get the crypto guide as well. You need to be educated in the space as well. I appreciate everyone for tuning on in. This is another episode of the Crypto Doe Show. Put on your seatbelts once more. It is time to take off. And